listen up, guys. I know we have a lot going on. So, again, I will implore you to try to think of, a word that has meaning. So, like somebody's name, like your grandpa's name or your dad's name, those are fine.
Is that good?
Yeah, something like that would be totally fine. Yeah, that would be fine. But it could be like a hobby or a passion. I could put up here art making or something. Typically, what I do as an example, my favorite thing to study and to read is this. Philosophy. That's my personal favorite thing to read. So I have to figure out how to do this in cursive. So obviously you can look at the New American. You could look at the other examples of cursive that are in the slideshow. So if I'm turning that into cursive, it should look something like this. Okay? Sorry about the clay dust. All right. So you have to figure out how to write it in cursive first. What's going on, gentlemen?
I finished.
Well, no, we're not done. Go ahead and sit down. I'm talking. We haven't even started yet.
Can I show you what I have so far?
Yeah.
No, right. This is what I wrote. But what is this?
A three-letter word's a little smaller. Is there a way we could shoot for a little bit bigger of a word? Or even gymnastics or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's really thin bottom and it's really wet.
What? What are you saying?
I don't know if I can get that off when it's dry.
Oh, wait, no, I'll get it off.
And then it needs to sit on the shelf.
You got a spatula?
No, I don't have a spatula.
Well, why not?
That'd be a Miss Miller thing. That's not something I would need. You give me attitude, so I give you attitude. All right. Now let's get back to this. So you have to find a word. Could be a passion, could be a hobby, it could be a name of a friend or a relative. I chose philosophy. So you have to be able to do it really large in your book. Listen up. All right, let's go ahead and start writing names down.
He will wait.
All right, just scoop it up with this.
Person.
He will wait.
Okay. Let's get back to this. I'll do it really slow. I'm going to try to fill up most of the page. Alright, so I filled up most of the page. Now I will say for eyes, you're going to have to make like an actual circle because a dot isn't going to have a three-dimensionality to it. So you have to do a circle. Okay? That's one reason I choose this word so that I can show you. Now the key is if you're looking at the handout on page 5, it actually shows you how to go through the word philosophy from print to cursive, and then we have to start using an angle. You're always going to have to do this very same angle, and then that is what is going to kind of make everything look like it has perspective. Okay? So, every little point, every edge will have that angled line to it.
No, first time I seen your mom.
My mom is very good. Nope, didn't do that one, did I?
Okay. Now, first time I seen Cody. Alright, that's new stuff. Thank you. Alright.
Doing alright. Alright, with me so far?
Yes.
You see it up on the screen? Does that make sense, Dylan? Does that make sense what I did? You take that angle and you have to apply it to every corner and edge.
I don't know.
Yeah, horses would be a good word though. That would be a good word. So what I'll probably do is come around. I'll come around and I'll help everybody. Okay, guys. All right. So this is generally, I consider, an easier step. The next step is usually the most difficult, and that is connecting everything. You're basically mirroring all of the lines, whether it's straight, whether it's a curve, like an O or an A, or a loop and an H or an L. Okay? So we have this. Now, you might notice there's this curve line here. Well, that is going to repeat there. Okay? This line, we don't actually see all of it complete. This line, we have to actually add that in.
That's enough.
Not there again, I gotta reload.
I'm being squirted on over here.
Alright, I'm telling the teacher.
I think we need to just sit down and have a quiet moment.
I agree.
I got water all over me. It's squirting everywhere.
Dude, I know. I'm keeping this.
No, everyone's going to finish up that's working today. We're done with the clay. Okay? We're done.
Last day worked good. What? No more clay. Yeah, I know, and I needed it. Are you almost done? No.
Pretty strategic, kind of really messing around on the last day of it.
I'm not really messing around. I'm just trying to get something else for the first time in my life. Gosh, I'm getting sprayed.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Go ahead and pay attention because I don't want to do this a billion times. I will come around and I'll work with each of you individually. Some of you I know I talked to, but let's just pretend we're starting over, okay? So, there should be a handout like this on your table. You can share it. Talks about perspective with cursive letters and ribbon, okay? There are different cursive alphabets, the Palmer method, the New American, and the Zahner-Blauser. Okay? This is the entire alphabet, A through Z, as a ribbon. Alright? There is a handout, and I'm basically going to do this handout for you as a demo. You've got to have a word that means a lot to you. Are you guys done? Can we finally move on? If you're still finishing up coloring poster, that's fine. Okay. So, let's go ahead and look at this real quick. So, again, pick a meaningful word. It can be a name of a family member. It could be something as simple as grandpa or grandma. That's fine. You want something more than like a 3 or 4 letter word, but you don't want something that's like, 2 or 3 compound words either. Okay, I don't recommend that. You're going to end up in your sketchbook first, and you're going to try to fill up the whole page. If you want to practice little versions of this first, that's fine. The word I chose is philosophy. Does anybody know what that word actually means?
It means to be a philosopher.
Lawyer?
But what does that mean?
A lawyer?
Study philosophy.
No. So if we break it down, Philo and Sophie, Wisdom and love of. The love of wisdom. It has since become this institutional academic thing, but it should apply to everybody in your everyday life. So write it out and print first. But then we got to figure out how to do it in cursive, right? Do you typically have a line connecting your first letter, the capital letter, with all the other lowercase letters? No, you actually don't. The first letter you don't have to. So if I'm doing this in cursive, capital P, lowercase h, I, L, O, S, O, P, H, Y. Okay? Now, if you have an I, you're going to want to actually make it a circle, not a dot, because you can't make a dot three-dimensional.
Yeah, we're doing this.
Okay? So now we got to do this large. Alright, I'm going to lightly do it in pencil.
No, I'm not going to do that because this is God.
P, H, I. There should be some over there in that box under the pencil sharpener.
How does he not know that?
Okay. Again, if you have an eye, you need to create a circle because you can't make it 3D. Alright, I'm going to color code this because it's going to be easier to see. Alright? You're going to end up doing this in colored pencil and marker anyways. Marker is optional if you want to outline it all, but you at least need colored pencil after you get done with your penciling. So, if this is 3D, is it going to have shadow? Yes, it will have some shadow in it. Now, the main thing is keeping this idea of an angle, right? Because we're keeping a vantage point and perspective. So, every edge will have that line. So, Hunter, this is probably what you're ready for, right? You need that angle on every edge, a line like that. I'm doing it in orange so that you can actually see it, so it color codes it. Makes it a little bit easier to understand because it takes everybody a minute to kind of figure this part out.
I need a pencil.
Where do I keep pencils so you can borrow them?
I don't know. Oh, wait, yeah.
Right there under the pencil sharpener. So you remembered.
Yeah.
My color is burnt. It's shattered.
So it's going to go on every bottom edge, every top edge, and then in between at every break in the curve, okay? So, I mean, that is a lot to try to get in there. It takes some practice, and it's pretty much letter by letter, word by word. Every word's going to look a little bit different, okay? All right.
So I have an L. Would I do it like a line right here and a line right there?
And right there.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a break in the bend. Okay. So I'm going to continue with the orange pencil so that you can see it. Again, the eye is dotted with a circle, right? Because I'm trying to make it 3D so it looks more like a tube or a cylinder. Alright, so the next part, this tends to confuse people the most. So pay attention. You're going to follow the curve of the pencil line, just the regular pencil. So let's start with this section here. See this kind of curve line here? I'm going to repeat that and connect the orange angled lines.
I have an eye. What does I do?
I have an eye in here, so I'll get to that. Here, you will not overlap because perspective means that you're looking from a certain vantage point, things eclipse, and you won't draw lines all the way through everything. So this straight line here won't go all the way up to this. It would behind this, but what I'm going to do is actually just draw it up to that line. Okay? Now, this one's hard to explain as well when you have circles like A's or zeros or like the inside of this P. You're going to have to still repeat that line, but this is actually what's going on inside. It's like if you're looking at paper and you're like seeing it kind of fold and overlap like that. Does that make sense? That's what that is. I'm trying to explain, Hunter. That's why I had it like that. Okay? Alright, so here's your eye. So you're going to go straight down because it's a repeat of this line here. You just do a little half circle over here on the dot of the eye. This will be behind it, so I just kind of skip that space. Okay? Now there's this line here, so I repeat that. Okay?
Okay, team and go.
Can I use the bathroom?
Get off that right now.
Yeah, just go. I can't, I'm recording this demo, so I can't stop it. I should wait till I'm done. Alright. Now I've completed the whole word.
So, I got a star as my thing.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. So what you're going to have to
So, can
do,
I just not make it 3D?
here's what I would do.
Are you freaking crapping me?
Did you just say what I thought you said?
Freaking crapping me?
No, I'm not freaking crapping you. When you have a 3D.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's not that bad. Wait, this is my pencil.
So, how did you connect this?
No, it's been 3 months. I haven't worn it since December.
I know, but if
I repeat, so like, see this line here in pencil? I just repeated it and I connected those lines that I extended off.
But if I do that, it'll cross this line.
Yeah, it is going to crisscross. So you're gonna have to fake it out. So like, so you'll repeat that there.
If I did change, actually did change.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Does that make sense? It's like traveling through it. What some people do, they just make it look like it's folding in front of it. You could do that and erase all these lines. That's an option too. That's just a personal choice.
So, and then like with this one, it's just like, you just gotta go like
Then you go down and then,
that?
yeah, yes, you'd go down. Now this one, I guess it would connect like that. You've actually connected your uppercase and your lowercase. So you would just skip it over. This is what I would do if I were you.
Alright.
Does that make sense?
So, and then this one, it just goes down and like it blends in with this part.
Yeah, it goes behind it.
Oh, it goes behind it.
Because it's further down, right? So this would be in front of everything else.
Yeah.
Each letter in front of or before goes and eclipses. It covers up and you don't see all of it. That's the hard part with perspective, but this kind of eases us into a one-point perspective drawing we're going to do later. Yep, I hope that helps. I'm going to go ahead and color coordinate. Why don't you take a picture of me, Dylan?
I was gonna make it my profile picture. Is that okay? Look, it's us together.
That's an awful picture of me. Can you please delete that? Now, what I recommend is try to find at least 2, if not 3 colors to work with. So you're going to have to find a color that you want to use more for like the highlight and another color more for the shadow. So let's say I want to do orange for the highlight. So that would be more where the light is. I could keep like a light orange color in here.
Oh, I got a damage back there too.
Right? But then let's say I want to use green for my shadow color. Actually, then I'd have to go back to shadow here.
How do I connect the flippin' E and the P? Because I did like a really fancy P and like made it loop around.
So you'll just have to adjust for that each time. Make the lines first.
Yeah, but
Okay. Okay, alright.
Because I would have to go the other way.
So like this line gets interrupted by this, right? So this curve would get repeated here. That line would continue down there.
So, but then where would this line go to connect to the E? Because this line, it's at the top.
Right, but it is curving down below, so it's going to be getting eclipsed like this.
You're making this like really confusing. Like what? How did you just do that?
I just did it. I don't know. I don't know what.
They're like, who is that?
And then I don't know what I'm supposed to. Yeah, like that. All right.
See that one? Yeah, I guess we can't really do anything else there. So we're gonna get rid of some of these lines, just for the moment, because it's gonna confuse everything. No, they're not bad. No, it's just they're gonna confuse us. See, what we're doing here is we're actually, that's why you said move the paper, but that see, like if I look at it there, do you see how paper looks like when it bends and it folds? It overlaps like that. That's what I'm imitating there.
Oh, okay.
So the same thing here. So this would be in the shadow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then this line would just come up. This line would just come down. Little peep! Okay.
Thank you. My pencil.
So, I'm going to try to go back to this. Questions? Did somebody say something to you? Are you just irritated with this project?
Oh, no, never mind.
So what I'll do is I'm going to come around and I'll look at each of these and help you all out individually. That's what I'm going to have to do with this project. See you later, Ava. Hope you have a good day.
You're not.
Whenever I get there, I go,
You already called your phone yesterday.
I mean, does that make sense what I'm doing? So then we end up doing this large. I would just start with pencil and shade it in first, but I wanted to do it like this so that you could kind of see what was done on the final